Hello, welcome back to another Counterpart React. This is season 2, episode 5. Now I've learned the title. It's Shadow Puppets. I didn't know the title before. Alrighty, without too much ado, let's get into it. Jeez. They're still there?
Honestly, I expect up to life on this side.
He's not really from this side? I don't think we knew that. Or at least if they did say it, I've forgotten that. He's originally from the other Earth?
Okay.
I didn't realize he wasn't originally from Earth 2.
And the deal, the management.
Oh, that's why he's in trouble. Isn't really because of bringing that thing to him. I guess he's not that high up because he should have recognized that briefcase, what it was. I'm surprised he'd never seen one. No. So is his Earth 2 the real guy from this Earth dead already? Because I don't think we've ever seen his counterpart. There's certain characters we've never seen their counterparts. But they must have one. Everyone has a counterpart. This intro is good, but it's James Cromwell. That's the guy. I couldn't remember his name last episode. He was on American Horror Story. He's been in a ton of movies. James Cromwell. He's a great actor. He never does like leading stuff. He's always like bit part character actor. Oh yeah, of course he was in Babe, right? The pig movie. And I think during the filming of Babe, he decided he like really started to like pigs and became a vegan. He's like a big animal rights activist, so that's pretty cool. And supposedly it's all because of the film Babe that he worked on. I think it was Babe. There were a few pig movies actually around that time, I think. I would be too scared to do anything like this. I'd assume there were cameras or mics somewhere.
All this jealousy, no existential crisis. Just double the fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd like to fuck each other.
All of it.
Oh yeah. Including their semen.
For your wife, that is.
They swap semen.
He did most of the handling when it came to the right sum. There you go.
Money. 2 million. He wrote down those 6 zeros. I'm really shocked there's not like some camera in here recording them.
A shadow.
Sorry,
Mirror.
And what would be your price?
Shadow's a woman.
A writing implement.
Shadow puppets, that's what the episode's
For
called.
God's sakes, what do you think I'm going to do? Puncture my own jugular? I'm not a bloody savage.
Deja vu.
Anyone above suspicion. Agree?
100%.
Including each other. Yeah, she's got to be suspicious of him by now. It's just too... I don't know, he acts too suspect. And there's the real Shadow, I think. As far as we know. Mira. They're still outside, I can't remember the facility's called, Escape or something, where Howard Silk one's being held. They aim to bust him out. Maybe they're gonna bust someone else out and he'll escape with them.
This is a highly sensitive issue, Howard, so please be discreet. I've approved an access code.
Shit. He's gonna try to get Howard to do something about him.
Questions?
All that covert spy shit. I'm surprised they don't have like cameras set up everywhere. They're so suspicious of everyone. I'd be nervous that someone was listening or monitoring me. I'd be like fucking taking those little things and sweeping every room down. If I was gonna do some shady shit in the middle of a spy office.
Suppose we use.
Torch everyone who knows about you. Your father, your husband.
No, we can't
Uh-oh.
just...
You know how this works. Anybody who can identify when you crossed over has to go.
This will make her really have to choose.
It's just
But
too
if
much.
talks before we can get to him. You ready?
Damn. It's like everyone's lining up to whack this fucker. Everyone's like in a sort of agreement that this fucker has to go. Who's the better spy? Who can get this asshole while he's in custody and take him out?
Pay for somebody's retirement?
Come on.
He only knows Howard 1, not Howard 2. No one in this place but Quail knows that that's the other Howard. So people like this can trip him up.
Calling you an antiquated institution?
I bet he's gonna
Guess what?
be the first one.
She's getting married.
She blows him flat.
Come on, isn't that gonna be suspect? The only guy that came in here and it sounded like guns missing. That clip.
So,
Oh damn, this is getting fucking tense. And if he gets caught in the act, he's gonna have to just take them both out and make it look like Lambert did it.
It'll only take a minute. Here's the best part.
You have a pen?
She says to me,
Ooh, a pen. A lot of
Yeah.
pens in play today.
if I listened to you,
I think someone's gonna get killed with a fucking
I
pen.
never would have met the love.
I don't have time for this.
Uh-oh.
oh my god.
She doesn't seem all that surprised anymore. Howard took them all out? That's very brutal for Howard. They weren't bad guys. Well, Howard 2 is a bit different than Howard 1. But even then, that's kind of extreme. So that's what I mean. They don't have any cameras or, like, I don't know, security or something. I knew it wasn't him. That's pretty extreme for Howard. Damn, who the fuck did that then? I guess whatever that guy had in motion worked. I don't know how he got someone in there and whack everyone. Maybe one of the guards was in on it, killed everyone, and then shot himself. So they're trapped in the building with Spectre. Godfather style, hey. That's gonna come in handy later, I bet. You don't fucking do something like that without getting used. That's a, what do you call it? That's a trope. Tchaikovsky's like rifle or something. See who it could be. Who could it be? Who? See, everyone else is just like a blurry figure in the background. Maybe her? We've seen her a few times.
Hi. What's this?
There's gotta be someone we know, otherwise
Really exclude leadership from
What?
these searches.
it mean anything. Oh.
We'll be back from it.
Wait, the wife knew about the confession and where it was. So this guy could have also grabbed it. Yeah, it's gone. His wife did know about it. Whoever... I'm sure she told the person. And?
May I tell you a secret?
Sure.
Something just for you. I was there in the beginning.
Oh, we don't know much about the event that caused this.
I am the reason our two worlds exist.
Oh, shit. I wonder if it could be done again and create a third counterpart world. Yikes. He doesn't know the full story either. At least
Your
not
life in danger right now.
details.
It's just us in here.
I'm surprised they just don't give everyone a gunpowder test to make sure there's no gun residue. See whose hands have gunpowder residue. Damn, there's no way out. He's got to do it. Maybe he's going to try to take a few with him.
No need to do this. Just put Sakara down.
Damn, I guess we're going to see who it is then, aren't we? Damn, it was her. She's the only other person we saw a little bit of.
I destroyed that tape you made. But more needs to be done. I took a gun to confront me. They couldn't stop me in time.
Damn.
I wanted so badly to see the dream come real.
Damn. I didn't think he had a way out. Fuck down, Howard. Man, they're gonna... How do they know they're not gonna accidentally whack the person to come to rescue? Just firing off like that. No, it's him. I guess he does know a lot about the incident. But what is their dream, their end game? Damn. Took each other out. Damn, that's the second person Howard's killed now. He's getting used to it. Damn, I hope he gets out. This whole putting him in one prison to another, just keep them kind of out of the plot line. I'm looking forward to some more Howard on Howard time. We haven't had that this season. The two Howards in the same place.
Emily, how are you here?
We have to get out of here.
Yeah, get him the fuck out of this prison. Take him back to the main storyline. So it was interesting to start to hear bits and pieces about the origin of this event, as he wasn't the only one to create this. So there's other people that know of the origins of this incident. She's his daughter. Oh, shit. Hello. Got my cigarette going. I guess this is my wrap-up of Counterpart, Season 2, Episode 5, Shadow Puppets. I did one right after, but I didn't really like it, so I decided to reshoot it. I was struggling to remember everyone's name. That was my main problem, so now I got my tablet up because I start forgetting. Let's go through the top. Right out the gate, we learn that Ian, Emily's partner on Earth 2. Yeah, let's call it Earth 2. Earth 2, I'm not going to... Some people call it Prime and Alpha, but I think that's confusing. Because the one we're on is considered Alpha, and the other one's considered Prime, but I'll just go 1 and 2 as we know them. The first one we started with was 1, and then 2. But, yeah, apparently Ian... I wasn't sure if we were supposed to already know that. Maybe I just forgot, but no. It wasn't supposed to be news. That was the first time we learned that he is not from Earth 2. He is originally from Earth 1, and he's infiltrated, and part of his condition was that he was not supposed to, you know... make contact with people from his prior past. So then that begs the question: what happens to the original Ian, and how did this arrangement come about, and for what, to what end? There isn't much to really go on that, and we didn't come back to him once we left him. But the show, it really ramped up in intensity. He got an 8.7 on IMDb. Seems to be the highest rated one of the season. And yeah, it really ramped up. From like half of the episode on, it was just like one intense thing after another. It was very crazy. Let's see what happens next. I'm trying to go in order. Oh yeah, we catch back up with Quail, Peter Quail. His dumbass is fucking listening to his confession tape in the middle of a spy office. I think that's about the worst place you could have something you don't want anyone to find out. It's in the middle of like spy headquarters. Ugh. I don't know, but still, yeah, he puts it in the safe, and you just know that's gonna fucking come back to bite him. And then we go back. He goes to see Lambert, the other Lambert. I'm not really sure which one got killed. It doesn't really matter after this episode which one he is. But and then we pretty much pick up where we left last episode. He makes his demand as predicted. You know, he's gonna blackmail him with knowledge that his wife is Claire is a spy, double agent, and that he's party to it. And he offers to blackmail him for $2 million, and then he makes a similar offer to Naya, the new black girl. He makes an offer to her for $2,001. I don't really know what the one was about, but he just says superstitious. But he doesn't last long for us to find out. He dies pretty quickly after. But not much comes of that. Let's see, and that takes us... Yeah, pretty much we just see Mira plotting to take Raid Echo. Nothing too important here. And then we get Emily also messing around near there. She's planning to make her move as well, following Mira. That's not really that interesting. Let's move along. All right, let's see. I skipped over one thing. Yeah, after Quail pops out of Lambert, they basically, her and the new girl, Anaya, they pretty much are like, we can't trust anyone. But Quail acts so suspect. I knew she had to suspect him, and it turns out it's true by the end. Not much else to say about that. We'll get back to it when it pops back up. And then that takes, I think we spend some time with Howard, and he spends time with Quail too, and he's going on and on about this football game that his dad took him to. And in one Earth, the one he went to, they won, or they lost, and the other one, they won. And he thinks it's because he yelled out and distracted the player. And basically it's an analysis on causality, kind of like a butterfly effect thing. This little incident had this massive change. And for some odd reason, because he didn't win, like, it drastically altered his life. Like, the other Quinn is, like, Quail. I don't know why you call him Quinn. The other Quail's, like, head of the management, or pretty high up. And this one's, like, in a prison, essentially. It's an interesting conversation. I do like it when the show gets all nerdy about the science. But not much really comes of it. he thinks he's actually took the wrong turn, like that he's the bad guy or a bad Quail, but really the other Quail's kind of bad. He's actually the nice one. Let's see. Then, for some odd reason, Emily's being suspected, and that part I didn't quite understand. I thought she was doing this all at the behest of upper management, but maybe the people lower don't know. I don't know, because she was told to keep it between them. So, yeah. Because the guy that goes after Ian tries to persuade him to bring in Emily, but he doesn't know where she is. Let's see, and that takes us to Quail and Howard interacting. He basically, in a very subtle way, has a note written out telling Howard that he has to go whack Lambert before he gives them all up. Which, that one I wasn't really sure how that was going to play out, because he goes into the evidence room thing to sign out those diamonds, but he also steals a gun. And I figured that's going to come back to bite him. I mean, it'd be way too suspicious that the only guy to went in there, and then suddenly gun's missing, and a bunch of people are dead. And while Howard still, too, is a bit of an asshole, he's not that cold-blooded. Like, he would have had to kill all those guards that were just doing their job. And I don't think he would have done that. He would have, I don't know. I don't know if he would have actually killed them all. I know he wouldn't have had a problem killing Lambert, but the 4 guards, I'm not so sure if he would have been up for that. And that takes us to a scene where Claire, Quayle's wife, is meeting up with what seems to be another mother, but ends up being like a spy exchange. The babies are for cover. And apparently she meets up with some kind of old flame. I'm not really sure. They grew up in that weird school together where they got trained to infiltrate and become their doubles, and apparently he has a crush on her. But he also informs her that Lambert's been captured, and she might, if he says anything, she might have to just kill everyone, including Quail. She's not too up for that, but I don't know if she would have gone through with it, because it never gets to play out. I was really curious where she would go, how she would stand if push came to shove, but maybe we'll see that down the road. Because she's still one you can't be 100% sure where she truly aligns herself, you know? She could be good, she could be bad. I don't know. For a while, it seemed like her and Quail had an arrangement. Like, they weren't really like each other, but for the sake of each other and the baby, they kind of have each other's back. But even then, she was still making moves behind his back that he didn't know about that end up fucking him over pretty good. And basically, they almost have like a competition who can whack this guy first. Because then this guy's like, yeah, we got a plan to fucking take Lambert out. And then, of course, Howard's also ready to do it. So, like, they're just lining up to kill this fucker. That's kind of cute. It's, see who can bump him off first. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Howard, of course, he goes into the evidence room. And I like these moments. Because this guy who runs the evidence locker, he's only interacted with Howard 1. And of course, this is Howard 2. This is one of those situations where the people don't know he's dealing with the other Howard. And he can get tripped. This is when he gets really tripped up because they'll reference things he has no idea about. They'll expect a demeanor for him he just doesn't have. Like, he tries to tell him about, I don't know, some family shit, like a wedding or something. And Howard could give a fuck. He's like, hurry the fuck up, dude. He's like, oh, shit. I'm sorry, I'm just busy. But I knew he was going to clue in right away because, yeah, this Howard, he carries himself just differently. Sometimes they do it to comedic effect, like in season 1. Emily was in a coma, and his brother was kind of a cunt to the Howard 1. But then they swap, and he has no idea, and fucking the other Howard fucking puts a gun to him. He about shot himself. It's fun when they play around like that. It kind of reminds me a little of Orphan Black. Is that what it's called, Orphan Black? Yeah, Orphan Black. Yeah, then right as Howard's going to go whack him, the Naya gets quelled. It's like, we got to go down and talk to Lambert now. And then he starts acting even more suspected. You mean right now? Yes, right now. Like, fucking be a bit more convincing. He is not convincing as a bad guy or as a secret agent. He's about the worst secret agent. But yeah, the call doesn't. He tries to call Howard, give him the heads up. Hey, people are coming down. Best get the fuck out of there. I was wondering what he would do. Would he like really whack her too if he had to? I don't know. I don't know how far Howard 2 would go. You know. I don't know really what he's capable of if push comes to shove. But they go down there, and to their surprise, of course, he's already dead. Someone got to him. Coyle thinks it's Howard, but he didn't do it. And then it becomes a mystery of who did it, and then she has the place locked down, which this is one thing I wondered about. they don't have any kind. I know one side has different technology than the other, but a gunpowder residue test doesn't seem that advanced. It seems like both sides ought to have that. It's not too complicated to tell who's fired a gun and who hasn't. There's always gun residue on your fingers. So I was curious they never thought of that, to try to test who's fired a gun and who hasn't. I get a bit confused on who has what technology. So one Earth has more pleasurable technology, the other has more like medical technology. You know, one might have like I don't know, one uses analog shit, the other one uses is onto digital. You know, it's interesting. Stuff like that's really interesting, and how that's why they get along and have to like diplomacy with each other, because they can trade like info for other info. You know, how to cure one disease and all that kind of stuff. It gets season 1 really gets into this a bit more. Yeah, so apparently somehow they got to him. You know, they whacked him, all 4 guards, and then as a bonus, they broke in the Quail safe and got rid of the tape. But he doesn't know who did it. He thought maybe Naya got to it. Because at this point, she pretty much... Well, actually, she questions Howard first, doesn't she? Yeah, that guy gives him up. He's like, the guy, the evidence room guy, he's like, yeah, it was fucking Howard. He's got to be Howard. I know who did it. And I was like, I knew that was going to come back to bite him. But, yeah, so she suspects Howard first. But then she tells him he knows that she thinks Quayle's bad. That someone got to him. Which I was pretty sure she was caught on. He's, like, way too suspicious. Like, oh, man. When he has to, like, think fast, he just bumbles, like... Obama or something. Yeah. You know, he's not very good at thinking under pressure. So he's been whacked, and then it becomes like a mystery. You know, who is it? I suspected it was either gonna be that girl we saw a few times. I don't know her name, or Naya herself. Like she was secretly bad, but I wasn't quite on board with that because we kind of saw her get introduced to this world. I don't know. But it had to be someone, you know, we saw. They're not going to make it Joe Blow nobody we've never fucking seen. Otherwise the twist wouldn't mean anything. Anywho, they get Quill and Howard get put in the same room together. And Howard very bluntly just tells Quill to go get the gun and fucking kill himself. Do it, pussy. Howard 2 is very matter of fact. And he really doesn't have no other option, so... He heads down there, getting ready to top himself. Oh yeah, and all the while this is going on, his wife does hook up with that old flame. He comes over to the apartment, and they, you know, hook up. They boom. Which I didn't like. She's pretty much fucking up her job for some, you know, stupid romance shit. And this character, she's gone through so much to pull this off. She's had her legs broken. She was the girl that had her legs broken in the school. She was subjected to the most cruelest treatment to get her ready to take over and infiltrate her double, kill her double, you know, lie to her husband, pretend to be the original, have a baby. To go through all that just to start fucking it up for, you know, I didn't like that. Because she was such a dedicated to her cause for the longest time, and she went through such extremes to, you know, pull this off. So I was a little taken aback that she'd start fucking up. Because Quill tries to call her and she doesn't pick up the phone because they're fucking. Like, yeah. They could have been someone, like, on her team, too. And I don't like that she's getting slacking off for some fucking cheap side fuck, you know? And poor Quail. He's, like, got to kill himself and she's all fucking around while he's doing this. But he heads to the bathroom, grabs the gun. And then he tries to kill himself, but he just can't do it. He's like, fucking do it. 3, 2, 1, do it. He's fucking going crazy, just trying to work up the chutzpah to fucking blow his head off. And I totally didn't think he was going to get out. I thought maybe they'll kill him off, because they did just introduce a second Quail. It's like, well, even if we kill him off, there'll still be one around. But we spent a lot of time with this Peter. So... But I really didn't see him getting out. Even if there was another inside person, I didn't think they'd fucking martyr themselves to help him. Which it does. It ends up being that secretary girl. We didn't see much of, but she was oddly present in this episode. I don't know her name. She's the one name I don't know. I can't look her up either because she was only in a few episodes. Anything? Oh yeah, of course. She's like, I wish I could have seen it. Takes Quayle's arm holding the gun and causes him to shoot her in the head. Like, without hesitation. She just goes, psh. She shows him how it's fucking done. Okay, but then we cut back to Howard in the prison. I couldn't remember. Sometimes that stupid name eludes me. It's called Echo because, you know, they give knowledge about their counterpart, so it makes sense. And we learned that James Cromwell character is actually has something to do with the origin of the event. And this is something the show never really touches on. It's almost like the HBO's Leftovers. For a while, we just accepted there was an event. We'll probably never know what it is. And it wasn't even important. It was like what happens as a result of the event is what's interesting. But, you know, this is the first they've ever touched on it. And he basically says he was a part of the first people that caused this to happen. But we still don't know what it was. And I've been starting to wonder, could they do it again? Could they make a third Counterpart Earth? And there's another question. I'll get to it after the next part. Basically, Shadow Mirror makes her move on Echo. During the show, I wasn't sure who she was coming for. I thought maybe Peter. Maybe kill off the other Peter and have him take this one take his place. Or maybe Howard, but I don't even know if they knew he was there. But it ends up being James Cromwell's character. I couldn't figure out why, but the ending... Now that I've realized who the girl in the picture is, which I'll get to it when we get to it. Let's just go to the next part. They attack it. They hit it. They murder every fucking body. Like they do. These people, they want to do something. They kill everyone in their way. Very cold-blooded, too. Yeah, they shoot everyone up. And then they make their move. They grab James Cromwell, walk him out. And then this one guy stays behind, and he gets hit in the back. And then fucking Howard just like, don't kill him. Because they like turn around and John Woo style like crossfire each other like the end of Better Tomorrow 2. And then when Chow and that one guy just spin around and like unload on each other. But this dude was wearing a vest, so he took it, and the other guy went down. But he didn't die, and he's getting ready to go finish him off, and Howard begs him not to. And this is really interesting. Howard, without really thinking much about it, just picks up a gun and fucking kills him. He's a bit too late. The guy does get the kill in before Howard can stop him, but this is the second time Howard's killed, which let's take on this for a second. The first time was for Pope, and the first time he did it, he had to really be pushed. He didn't do it lightly, you know. It was because like he had just found out that this Pope guy was responsible for putting his wife in his coma, and he had made it clear that he'd probably finish her off. And he just wasn't very pleasant. He really like pushed Howard's buttons, and also at the threat of someone he loves. Under extreme duress, he fucking took a poker and bashed his fucking brains in. And like he was shook after it too. He was like, "What have I done? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" And that was like the first like hint that like the other Howard 2, is in Howard 1. Like he has it in him to be like Howard 2. There's a killer within him as well. All right, I'm not gonna light another one. Yeah. So that's interesting. And now this time he does it. He doesn't really hesitate much. He goes straight for the kill. And I don't know. You can see he's kind of getting used to it. It's not as big of a deal for him to kill someone. And he does. And they take her out. Emily shows up just too late. But Mira's in the elevator, and she does see her face. I'm not sure if she knew what she looked like. I know she knew she was a woman. Or did she? I know Emily 1 knew she was a woman. I don't know if Emily 2 knew that for sure. It's hard to keep tabs of who knows what when there's doppelgangers everywhere. But yeah, shoots everyone up, takes James. Howard gets a second kill in. And then that leads to Emily coming here. And I was really waiting for Howard to get released. I'm so tired of Howard being... I feel like he's been put on ice since the get-go. Since episode 1, he's been in a prison. Then he got moved to this prison. Howard 1's kind of been left out of like the main plot, you know. He isn't really a big part of it. But now he's... Because some of my favorite scenes from season 1 is when both Howards are on screen at once. Because you can, it's so cool, because even if they dress the exact same, you can still tell who's who. Like, Howard's like stiff and like stands tall, where the one's a bit more meek and humble, and like you can always just tell, even if they smile, you know. Howard 1 has a more genuine smile, like, and the other Howard 2 has a more like sinister smile. Like there's always like this smirk with his smile. I don't know, I like how you can always pick them apart. Even if they try to look the same. And even if they try to pretend to be each other, you can still tell. Because there is a scene like that where they confront each other while both trying to pretend to be their opposite. Trying to be each other. But you can still tell. It's like really brilliant acting when they have to do that. But alright, back to the main plot. There seems to be some confusion. I didn't think Quail 2 got killed, but some people think he did. I didn't see him get hit or die in this episode. I think he's still alive and fine, but I've seen some people on subreddit being like, Did they kill Quill too? I don't think so. He seems pretty alive. And I don't know, unless he got hit with a stray bullet. But they would have showed that. They would have highlighted that if he got killed. And then, let's see. Yeah, Emily does take Howard out, finally. Take him back to the main plot line. And then we get a zoom in of James Cromwell's office. He shows the photos of the men. And this is interesting. The photo has multiple people, so it's not just him. It looks like a team of maybe 8 people. So there's other people involved, and presumably they all have doubles as well. So there's other people involved in this creation of this event. Interesting. I don't know if that'll come back into play. But yeah, it's zooming around, and then we see a little girl, a picture of him with a little girl. At first, when I was watching, I thought it was Emily's, but I think it's Mira now. It makes more sense why they took her. But I don't know, maybe it could still be Emily, but because they just show it for a second. I think it is Mira. Emily would have made sense too, because it would have explained his interest in Howard. Because he had a real fascination with Howard, more than even other prisoners. Because he has the same job for all prisoners, extract info. But Howard, he seemed to take a special interest in. But yeah, it zoomed in, and it's Mira, I think. I think it's Mira. That would explain why she took him, I think. I don't know. And that's where it ends. Now, this leads me to my main question. What is Shadow's endgame? What are they trying to actually accomplish? Because last season, they sort of sent some goons in, shot up the place, but didn't really accomplish nothing. They killed some nobodies and got the place shut down for 5 minutes. You couldn't cross, but now it's open again. It's almost like it never even happened. Like, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to annihilate one Earth? Maybe they're trying to release a flu to get them back, but even then, they know how to cure it. Now, I don't know. Like, are they trying to kill everyone? Take over? To take over, they would need bigger players. They need like that world's presidents and do the double switch out with the presidents of the worlds or something. But the school doesn't have anyone like that they can double with. So I don't really know what their endgame is. Are they going to kill everyone on the planet? Not likely. I don't know, maybe they're trying to close off the realities, but that already happened. Maybe that was their goal, to seal off the realities, maybe? But they seem like they want a bit more revenge. I'm sure they could have just blown up the building if that's what they wanted, seal off the realities. That building is the gateway. If you fucking crumble it down, I don't know. I don't know. One guy almost died in the middle of it the last season. There's a lot of things we don't know. We don't fully know the rules to this. We just know and only one person for some odd reason is ever allowed to go over at a time. Like, one guy got shot, but like no one could help him, not their side, not the other side, because for some odd reason only one person can cross. I wonder what happens if 2 people go simultaneously. I don't know what their end game is, what they're really going for. I wish that was a bit clear. Hopefully we find out more next episode. Also, it's been suggested in the show that the flu was possibly a terrorist attack by Pope. He does throw that out there that it is likely. Because last episode, Claire listened to an audio recording where he does seem to admit and think it is them. So if that is true, then who? We haven't really met anyone on Earth 1. Most people on Earth 1 truly believe it was like some kind of accidental flu, like unintentional. So who would be party to this? What's the motive, you know? Maybe to put them in a desperate situation, because I think if they get sick, then maybe like, hey, we got the cure. I don't know. I don't know what their endgame is, though. I really don't. I would like to actually see a third counterpart, because then we could see it from like how it happens. Like, what happens? So you're standing in one place, and then suddenly there's 2 of you, and then you walk this way and you walk that way. I don't know. I just don't know. It's weird. Maybe upper management knows about it. We never really see them. In the first episode of season 2, we did see a glimpse at them right before it went off. The first episode I think that's the first time we ever seen anyone from upper management. We usually only hear them through those weird audio recorders or boxes. They have a weird way of communicating with each other. They like really value their secrecy. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything? Anything else of note happened? I don't know, but the episode was very good. After a certain point, it just got intense and never stopped. Like, you could feel the collar tightening on everyone. Howard, Quayle. Once they realized they had to whack Lambert, the tension just kept rising and rising and rising. The episode just kept getting more and more crazy. It was a very good episode. I can't wait for the next episode. Honestly, it could almost worked as a season finale. They had so much shit going on. The first season was like this a lot more. There was a lot more tension. The first few episodes kind of went slow in this season, so I'm glad we're back up to like this good pace we have. I hope it keeps up. Supposedly, the next episode is actually about the origin. That's what someone said as I'm reading. I don't know. Like I say, I don't watch promos. I don't watch promos. I just watch it. I go in blind, so I don't really know. But I have just browsing on Reddit. I've seen someone indicate that they think the next episode is going to be about the origin of the event. Which, man, I really didn't think we'd see this. Leftovers. This is like the Leftovers. They never touched upon it. The Leftovers has like a similar anomaly. A chunk of the population just randomly disappears, and like the point of the show is that it never gets explained. Like that's what it's about. How people react to an unexplainable event, and like you have people building religions around it, and you know it's another good character study show, but it's a very sad show, very depressing. Counterpart's more spy espionage, exciting. Leftovers is very depressing. But I did like the show. I like me some good fucking tragedy porn once in a while. Alright, that's it. That's definitely it. There's nothing else to talk about. I'll be back next week with another episode of Counterpart. Episode 6. I think it's called Twin Cities. Yes, Twin Cities. So, based on the title, it does sound like... we could be looking at the origins, because Twin Cities, I guess it's the parallel Earth cities. And hey, there's the rest of the episode titles. 7's called No Strings Attached. 8 is called Into the Cold. 9 is called You to You. Oh, I bet that's a heavy Howard episode, both of them together. Number 10 is Better Angels, and there are only 10 episodes. So, last season ended with a two-parter, No Man's Land Part 1 and Part 2. Looks like we're just not getting a solo episode for our finale season 2, so that's good. Alright, that's it. I think I covered everything. I'll be back next week. I really do like this show, and if you're not watching, you should really check it out. It does come on Amazon too, by the way. That's how I got this version. Actually, that's why I'm really tired and react a bit, because it came out Sunday morning. I was expecting to only see it Sunday night on Stars, but Amazon got it a bit early. I was already up when I woke up, so I immediately just watched it and did the react. Alright, that's it. I'll be back later. Bye, y'all.